Hello, everybody. Guys, we got a special one for you today. We got the long lost Hanson brother back on the panel, along with Agent Double O Deep Throat, Scott Jennings, on a new
Bot
mission,
Jennings.
Operation Get Back. Let's get into this segment and we'll talk about it.
Tonight,
Yo,
Ilhan
he's
Omar
funny.
is
We
applauding
we
Mac.
disagree politically. We don't align politically, but he's funny. I have to keep it all the way a bean. I really do have to keep it all the way a bean. He is hilarious. Words. Yo, this hombre is funny, bro. Gracioso.
Hello, everybody. Guys, we got a special one for you today. We got the long lost Hanson brother back on the panel, along with Agent Double O Deep Throat, Scott Jennings, on a new mission, Operation Get Back. Let's get into this segment and we'll talk about it.
Tonight, Ilhan Omar is applauding MAGA stars Candace Owens and
Fomar.
Marjorie Taylor
Foe.
Greene for breaking with Donald Trump and expressing their buyer's remorse.
Fomar.
Omar is applauding MAGA stars Candace Owens and
Mokmar.
Marjorie Taylor Greene for breaking with Donald Trump and Omar is applauding MAGA stars Candace Owens and
Mission, Operation Get Back. Let's get into this segment and we'll talk about it.
Tonight, Ilhan Omar is applauding MAGA stars Candace Owens and Marjorie Taylor Greene for breaking with Donald Trump and expressing
Based.
their buyer's
Omar
remorse.
is based in this case, even though we disagree politically, even though she is a super wokey, she is based in this case. Words.
Hello, everybody. Guys,
Estoy diciendo la
we
verdad.
got the long lost Hanson brother back on the panel, along with Agent Double O Deep Throat, Scott Jennings, on a new mission, Operation Get Back. Let's get into
Tengo
this
que
segment.
hablar español.
Tonight, Ilhan Omar is applauding MAGA stars Candace Owens and Marjorie Taylor Greene for breaking with Donald Trump and expressing their buyer's remorse.
The thing that has been
Because this dude, he speaks Spanish in his commentary. He mixes the Spanish with the English, the Espanol with the Ingles. So your boy is paying homage, even though he disagrees with this dude politically. Words.
The president of the United States is on. Is the president? I'm not.
Hello, everybody. Guys, we got a special one for you today. We got the long lost Hanson brother back on the panel, along with Agent Double O Deep Throat,
Bot
Scott
Jennings,
on a new mission,
B-O-T. He's a
Operation
bot,
Get Back.
a
Let's
sheep,
get into this
a
segment.
puppet of DJT.
Tonight, Ilhan Omar
A
is
super
applauding MAGA
fan.
stars Candace Owens and Marjorie Taylor Greene for breaking with Donald Trump and expressing their buyer's remorse.
the thing that has been very
The
fascinating,
Democratic
especially
Congresswoman,
about Marjorie
Omar.
and Candace, is that they are
The
not
Somali.
just coming out like the other ones that you'd mentioned, where they're saying this action is wrong, right? They're saying I am done with you.
Yeah, it's like a values made. Like,
Right.
figure
This
guy
is
bad.
Pot
I don't like
Saves
this policy.
America.
I think that
PSA,
we
Pot
should give them
Saves
credit for that.
America. A Democratic
Coming out
channel.
like, the other ones that you'd mentioned, where
Very
they're saying
popular.
this action just coming out like the other ones that you'd mentioned, where they're saying this action is wrong, right? They're saying I am done with you.
Yeah, it's like a values made. Like,
Right.
Lo
figure
siento,
guy
Pot
bad. I don't
Save
like this policy.
America.
Right. And
S-A-V-E,
I
not
think that
S-A-V-E,
we should give them
not
credit for that.
S-A-V-E-S.
And it's
Pot
not just Ilhan
Save
Omar,
America.
Arms. Here
Lo
is
siento.
This action is wrong, right? They're saying I am done with you.
Yeah, it's like a values made. Like,
Right.
figure this guy.
This action is wrong, right? They're saying I am done with you.
Yeah, it's like a values made. Like,
Right.
figure this guy is bad. I
Yeah.
don't like this policy. It's bad.
Right, and I think that we should give them credit for that.
Yeah, based, logical,
And it's
commendable.
not just Ilhan
It is
Omar
commendable
opening
what
arms.
Omar
Here
is
the
doing,
message
what
Judge
Wokmar
has
is
for
doing.
liberals when it comes to MAGA defectors.
When we encounter somebody who has been along
A
for the ride with
Democratic
so many things that we consider to be grotesque
Politician,
issues,
Pete.
because they are, when they start having doubts, think about how hard that is. I mean, we all know how hard it is to change your mind.
True.
Many of us have spouses who remind us how important it is to change your mind and say so when you were wrong about something, and it is one of the hardest things in the world.
True.
So if somebody is ready to take that step and at least talk to us, maybe do something differently, the message cannot be, I told you so. The message has to be, welcome aboard. What else can we do together?
Logical, based. Even though we disagree politically,
So Ilhan
he's based
Omar
in
is
this
saying
case.
he's in credit. Pete Buttigieg is saying, let's hold hands and say, what can we do together? Do you think that's the right move?
So look, I have to address something first, which is that I've had a personal interaction with Marjorie Taylor Greene when I was 18 after the shooting at my high school, when I was lobbying members of Congress, my fellow activists in March for Our Lives. Marjorie Taylor Greene, before she was a member, started chasing me around saying that the shooting at my high school didn't happen, that I was a crisis actor, that I was paid by the government to do all these horrible things that are completely false. And at the same time, what those conversations that they're talking about remind me of is my own evolution as an activist. In terms of when I was in college, I didn't go to college to just be surrounded by a bunch of liberals necessarily. I know that's hard for you guys to believe, but it's true. That's why I joined the shooting club when I was in college. And as you can imagine, Scott, I was not very popular there. But it's important to talk to people who disagree with us, because ultimately, even though we're Democrats and
Logical,
Republicans,
rational,
we have to
reasonable.
find what little overlap there is that we can move forward on. And look, we can speculate all we want on her intentions and why she's doing this ultimately.
She seems
but from
sincere in
my perspective,
MTG
I'm
now.
willing to take that first step and have that conversation
She
with her, and I would
seems
challenge her to this, too.
genuinely
If she wants to come on
regretful,
your show and talk to
apologetic.
me directly about
Yeah, she's
Republicans, we have to
appeared
find what little
on
overlap there is
multiple
that we can move forward on.
platforms,
And
big
look, we
platforms.
can
The
speculate all we
View,
want on her
Dana
intentions and why
Bash,
she's doing this
CNN,
ultimately, but from my perspective,
other places,
I'm willing to take that
TYT.
first step and have that conversation with her, and I would
Breaking
challenge her to this,
Points
too.
too.
If she wants to come on your show,
Did
talk to me
she
directly
appear
about
on
why she
Breaking
changed her mind, I'm
Points?
happy to do that and have
My
that
memory
conversation.
could be
And I would
off.
challenge her to
Let
do
me
that
know
and
in the
prove to us
comments.
why she actually is authentic and
Gratitudes.
changing, and that this is not just on her intentions, is why she's doing this ultimately. But from my perspective, I'm willing to take that first step and have that conversation with her, and I would challenge her to this too. If she wants to come on your show and talk to me directly about why she, you guys to believe, but it's true. That's why I joined the shooting club when I was in college, and as you can imagine, Scott, I was not very popular there. But it's important to talk to people who disagree with us.
Words.
Because ultimately, even though we're Democrats and Republicans, we have to find what little overlap
Common
there is
grounds,
that we can
middle
move forward on.
grounds.
And look, we can speculate all we want.
Sincere
on her intentions and
middle
why she's
grounds.
doing this ultimately, but from my perspective, I'm willing to take that first step and have that conversation with her, and I would challenge her to this too.
Dope.
If she wants to come on your show and talk to me directly about why she's changed her mind, I'm happy to do
She
that.
should.
And have that conversation.
It's what's
and I would
be
challenge her
good.
to do that and prove to us why she actually is authentic and changing, and that this is not just another opportunistic political opportunity like it was when she chased me after the shooting at my high school. But I'm willing to give her a small chance to have that conversation. But it's important to note too, this is not just a Marjorie Taylor Greene phenomenon. We're seeing Tucker Carlson. We're seeing people across the board defect increasingly from Trump. What do all those people have in? What do all those people have in common?
Alex Jones, Candace.
What is it they all have in common?
No, and now he doesn't.
When I hear Ilhan Omar, this is not just the Marjorie Taylor Greene phenomenon. We're seeing Tucker
Dave S.,
Carlson.
the
We're seeing
Libertarian.
people across the board defect increasingly from Trump.
Tim Dillon, the comedian. Andrew Scholes from Flagrants.
What is it they all have in common?
No, and now he doesn't.
When I hear Ilhan Omar,
Joe Rogan, Theo
How do you
Von,
do, fellow anti-Semites?
the comedian
That's what I hear.
class,
Everyone-
the comedian ilk,
There is a
the
How do you
podcast
do, fellow
bros.
anti-Semites? That's what I hear.
Yeah, I would say
This is about, there is a defect increasingly from Trump. What do all those people have in? What do all those people have in common, by the way?
Trump.
What is it they all have in common?
No, and now he doesn't.
When I hear Ilhan Omar, you know what I hear? How do you do, fellow anti-Semites? That's what I hear.
Yeah, I would say
This is about, there is a thread.
Yo, bots,
and it's
stop,
so
stop,
transparently
stop,
obvious.
quit.
And
Yo. Yo, don't get it twisted. Omar, she bugs, she trips. She goes too far when it comes to the Israel conflict. Yeah, yeah, Omar is in the anti-Semitic category, yes. She is in the anti-Semitic category of people who discuss Israel. She is in the anti-Semitic category, yes. But to say all of the people who oppose the government, Netanyahu are anti-Semitic is crazy, bro. To say they all hate Jews is crazy, bro. To say Tuck hates Jews, to say Megyn Kelly hates Jews, to say Dave S hates Jews, to say I hate Jews, to say Anomaly hates Jews is crazy, bro. Yeah. We didn't say all Jews suck or all Jews control or Jews control everything or everything that is problematic on earth is the fault of the Jews. Nah. Not every social ailment is the fault of the Jewish community. So yeah, this doesn't make us anti-Semitic. We have fair criticisms of Netanyahu, of the government of Israel. So, Jennings, you have to chill. Knock it off. Please knock it off with this anti-Semitism, anti-Semitic accusations, labels, unfair labels, the vituperation, the calumniation, the traducement. You are bugging. Quit.
Why she changed her mind? I'm happy to do that and have that conversation. And I would challenge her to do that and prove to us why she actually is authentic and changing, and that this is not just another opportunistic political opportunity like it was when she chased me after the shooting at my high school. But I'm willing to give her a small chance to have that conversation. But it's important to note, too, this is not just a Marjorie Taylor Greene phenomenon. We're seeing Tucker Carlson. We're seeing people across the board defect increasingly from Trump.
What do all those people have in common, by the way?
Trump.
What is it they all have in common? When I hear Ilhan Omar, you know what I hear? How do you do, fellow anti-Semites? That's what I hear.
Yeah,
There is a thread here.
Please, bots.
And it's so transparently obvious. And I'll be honest, I think what she did to you is abhorrent. She was a clown then, she's a clown now. It's an entire thing for her.
She's a clown because she's a clown in his eyes currently because she doesn't simp for DJT anymore. She doesn't A-kiss anymore. She doesn't MTG doesn't fawn Trump anymore. She is free thinking. She is free minded. So you hate her. You think what DJT and the MAGA puppets think. You think she is a traitor, a tergiversator, a betrayer, a fake person, a Democrat. Yeah. You think she is all of these crazy labels, these obloquious labels. It is crazy, bro. Just because she doesn't simp for this dude anymore, you think she is an evil person, a devilish person, a terrible person, a scummy person. Nah. Y'all are you puppets are just fragile. It is what it is. Accept the reality. Accept the reality that you are a fragile. That you puppets are fragile people. Accept the reality. Accept the reality that you puppets are fragile people. It is what it is. You shields, you lick spittles are very fragile people. It is what it is. Accept the reality that you freaking lick spittles are fragile people. Accept the reality that you lick spittles are very fragile people.
I think what she did to you is abhorrent. She was a clown then, she's a clown now. It's an entire thing for her. is political. Trump didn't want to back her in a statewide race in Georgia. And she's a conspiracy theorist then, and she's a conspiracy theorist now. I would caution you. I would caution you.
I don't think Joe Rogan's an anti-Semite. I don't think.
Words.
Scott,
Anna
shut the
Navarro.
fuck up.
She's cooking.
It's just amazing now. My view is very simple on all this. I have zero trust in
Navarro
those people.
of the View
People,
Show.
like they're kind of complaining.
She's cooking in this. She is cooking in this part.
Joe Rogan's an anti-Semite. I don't think.
Scott, shut the hell up. It's just amazing now. My view is very simple on all this. I have zero trust in those people. These people, like they're kind of conflating the issue. You know, you disagree with people. This is not people we disagree with. These were the worst of the worst on the right. I wouldn't trust them not one bit. They are pure hacks. All for themselves.
Certain people, yes, a lot, yes, but not all. We have to be logical.
On the right. I wouldn't trust
We
them
have
not
to be
one bit.
fair.
They are pure
He's
hacks.
not going
All
to
for
be
themselves.
fair. It is
Truly
understandable,
they're not
but
against Trump's
you have to be
immigration
fair.
policies. They're not against Trump ripping away healthcare.
It
and
makes
SNAP benefits
you
away
of
from Maine
integrity
people.
to be
They're
fair.
not against tax cuts for the rich. Like, on the right. I wouldn't trust them not one bit. They are pure hacks. All for themselves. Truly demented people. They're not
Megan
against
is a
Trump's
hypocrite,
immigration.
yes. Yeah, Megan is a hypocrite. Yeah, a lot of the people in the MAGA community who are denouncing Trump now, they don't have principles. They're just doing this for validation. Then they are going to flip-flop, waver, switch again, bro. They are going to go back to, they will go back to the puppet-ish because it will be convenient at that moment. Yeah, goofy-ish, bro, but you can't say everybody is fake or hypocritical or dishonest. Nah, you would be all the way wrong, all the way deceitful if to say this narrative.
On the right. I wouldn't trust them not one bit. They are pure hacks. All for themselves. Truly demented people. They're not against Trump's immigration policies. They're not against Trump ripping away healthcare and SNAP benefits away from millions of people. They're not against tax cuts for the rich. Like, these people see the writing on the wall, especially when it comes to Israel and the Jewish people. And I told you about these voters. I mean, these Republican voters. They saw that young Republican group chat.
Yeah.
Their admiration for Hitler. And gas chambers.
Puts
They
the
know
Jewish
that.
people in gas chambers. Yeah. They said crazy things pertaining to Indian people, gay people, black people, bigoted things, racist things.
They saw that young
As for the women,
admiration
misogynistic
for
things.
gas
As for the
chambers.
Indians,
They know
anti-Indian things,
that younger
bigoted
crowd,
things.
the energy of the Republican Party.
Crazy.
These people see the writing on the wall, especially when it comes to Israel and the Jewish people. And I
If
told you
if
about
my
these voters.
memory is
I mean,
correct, they
Republican
said
voters. They saw that
misogynistic
young
things too.
Republican group chat.
If my
Their
memory
admiration
serves
for Hitler.
me, they did
And gas
say
chambers.
misogynistic
They know that.
things too.
That younger crowd is truly demented people. They're not against Trump's immigration policies. They're not against Trump ripping
Truly
away healthcare and
misogynistic,
SNAP
not
benefits away
what
from millions of
wokies
people.
perceive to
They're not
be
against tax cuts for the
misogynistic.
rich. Like,
To be
these people
clear,
see the writing on the wall, especially when it comes to Israel and the Jewish people. Truly demented people. They're not against Trump's immigration policies. They're not against Trump ripping away healthcare and SNAP benefits away from millions of people. They're not against tax cuts for the rich. Like, these people see the writing on the wall, especially when it comes to Israel and the Jewish people. And I told you about these voters.
he's
I mean,
making
these Republican voters.
he's
They
blank
saw that
he's
young
doing
Republican
the
group
blank
chat.
he's
Their
blanketing
admiration for Hitler.
the whole MAGA community, bro.
Care and SNAP benefits away from millions
The
of
whole
people.
meant to
They're
say
not against
the whole
tax
MAGA
cuts for the
community
rich. Like, these
the
people
whole
see the writing on the
MAGA
wall, especially
community
when it comes to Israel
who
and the
is
Jewish people.
opposing
And I told you
Trump
about these
now.
voters. I mean, these
He's blanketing the whole subgroup as
They're
if
not
all of
against
them
Trump's
are
immigration policies. They're not against
with
Trump
evil
ripping away
intentions
healthcare
or
and SNAP benefits away
bad
from millions of people.
intentions.
They're not against tax cuts for
Crazy.
on the right. I wouldn't trust them not one bit. They are pure hacks.
But
For
I
themselves,
do get
truly
what he's
domestic.
saying
They're
for
not
sure.
against Trump's
I do
immigration policies.
understand
They're not
what
against
he's
Trump
saying.
ripping away healthcare
Words.
and SNAP benefits away from millions of people. They're not against tax cuts for the rich. Like, these people see the writing on the wall, especially when it comes to Israel and the Jewish people. And I told you about these voters. I mean, these Republican voters. They saw that young Republican group chat, their admiration for Hitler, and gas chambers. They know where that younger crowd is moving. The energy of the Republican Party is moving, and these people are brutal anti-Semites. That
Forgot to say this: tax cuts for the rich are not. They are not automatically bad. If why tax the people who really worked for their riches? Why tax the people who work? Why tax the people who really worked hard for their riches and wealth more? Why subject them to higher taxes, bro? It is insensible. It is all the way insensible. It is punishment for hard work, for diligence, for discipline, for work ethic. Yeah, the raising the taxes on the rich, it is punishment, bro. Not saying all rich people, all wealthy people, all rich people are honest or gained their wealth in honest ways. You do have greedy rich people. You do have scummy rich people. Yes, but to punish all rich people, to punish all wealthy people, to punish all rich people is crazy, bro. But I do empathize with the libs who say the rich should be taxed higher.
and gas chambers. They know where that younger crowd is moving. The energy of the Republican Party is moving, and these people are brutal anti-Semites. That's a damn fact. They see and on the other part of it, they see the writing on the wall with Trump and the current MAGA party, and it's dead. People are disgusted, right? Independence with them, and so they're trying to jump ship before it sinks, right?
Certain people, yes. It is
about
true for
capturing that
certain people,
audience and being
but
able to
not
say, "See,
for
we were
all
right.
people
We've been telling
in
you
the
about
MAGA
Trump
community
and this
who
Republican
oppose
Party.
Trump
Now
currently."
listen to me as your new
Words.
leader, right? They want that MAGA movement, that MAGA energy. They're trying to keep it alive, right? And Trump and his Republican Party. Now listen to me as your classical. It's all about capturing that audience and being able to say, "You see, we were
Yeah, faker.
people are disgusted, right? Independence with them." And so they're
Disingenuous.
trying to jump ship before it sinks, right? It's a classic movie.
As for certain
It's all
people,
about capturing that audience and being able to say, "You see, we were right. We've
pandering,
been telling you about
catering.
Trump and this Republican Party." Now listen to me as your new co-leader, right? They want that MAGA movement, that MAGA energy. They're trying to keep it alive, right? And for sure, they're using anti-Semitism to get there, 100%.
Certain people.
I mean, guys, all
Some
the
people,
Republicans
yes.
know how to do to get people energized is bigotry. That's their only thing. And Republicans
Some
are
people,
now
yes.
only pissed because the bigotry is finally being used against a group they like. The Frankenstein they created is now out of control. That's why Scott is freaking out. He doesn't care that the conspiracy theorists said bigots. He's cared it's being used against him now. Hey, listen, papis and mommies, I told you the Republican Party would draw on its own bigotry, and then they will have no one to blame but themselves.
This is one unreal, unforgettable, been there, done thatable event.
Y'all know I love country music, but today I'm serving up something a little closer to heart.
Skip.
Andrew Schultz is an anti-Semite. I don't think Eric Erickson is an anti-Semite.
No.
I think there's a lot of people around the country whose names we don't know who were
We're
very
talking about
supportive.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
No, but you're saying, you're putting other people.
MTG
What
is-
do all of them have in common?
Even if you say
She's
that
not
anything
anti-Semitic
that
for
is important
saying
about these
a genocide is evil. For saying the truth that there is a genocide in Gaza.
That is important about those three individuals in particular is that they're anti-Semitic. What does it say about the president that he was
The
totally
truth
fine with
isn't
them?
anti-Semitism. Truth isn't anti-Semitism. Truth isn't anti-Semitism.
Like,
The incontrovertible truth isn't anti-Semitism. The incontestable truth isn't anti-Semitism. The indubitable truth isn't anti-Semitism.
look, he attracted a lot of
Goofy?
people. And some of the people that he attracted, like,
Say that the only thing that is important about those three individuals in particular is that they're anti-Semitic.
Admit
What does it
you
say
are
about the
just
president
fragile,
that
Bot
he's totally fine with
Jennings.
them 6 months ago?
totally fine with
What does it
look,
say?
look, he attracted a lot of people.
Say that the only thing that is important about
You
those
are
three
of the
individuals
woke
in particular
right.
is that they're
The
anti-Semitic.
real woke
What does it
right.
say about the president
The
that
real
he's totally
woke
fine with them
right.
6
Not
months
what
ago?
Totally fine with
the goofy people,
Look,
the tyrants,
he
the
attracted a lot of
Israel
people.
firsters,
And some of the people that
the
he attracted,
Netanyahu
like,
shields
that have
on
those
the
views,
right
I completely and
say
totally disagree with him.
woke
And
right
he's been
is
quite clear about his views on
you
these
are
issues.
of
And he
you
has led the
are
party
of the
away
woke
from
right.
those views. And that's frankly
The
one
people
of the reasons they're not
who
in it anymore.
calumniates people who don't simp for Trump,
He attracted a lot of people.
who don't
And some of the
simp
people that he
for
attracted,
Israel, for
that have those
Netanyahu,
views, I completely and totally.
What does it
for
say
Jews.
about the president that he was totally fine with them?
You don't think Jews are infallible.
What is it?
There's no group that is infallible. No race, no religion, no gender. That is infallible.
I completely and totally.
Goofy?
Fine with.
What is it?
Look, he attracted a lot of people. And some of the people.
Say that the only thing that is important about those three individuals in particular is that they're anti-Semitic. What does it say about the president that he was totally fine with them 6 months ago? Totally fine with. What does it say about the president that he was totally fine with them? The only thing that is important about those three individuals.
You're saying, what other people,
But just a second.
what do all of them have in common?
Even if you say that
Andrew Schultz is an anti-Semite. I don't think Eric Erickson is an anti-Semite.
No.
I think there's a lot of people around the country whose names we don't know who were
We're
very
talking about
supportive.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
No, but you're saying, what other people,
But just a second.
what do all of them have in common?
even if you say that the only thing that is important about those three individuals in particular is that they're
Israel Shield,
anti-Semitic,
bro.
what does it say about
He
the
supported
president that he
the
was totally
finishing
fine with
of the
them?
job in Gaza, bro. Crazy. Crazy. He said to finish the job in Gaza, what Trump said.
And some of the
He
people that
repeated
attracted,
what Trump said. Finish
that
the
have those
job.
views, I completely and
Finish
totally
the
disagree
job,
with him.
bro.
And
What does it say about the
Evil.
president that he was totally fine with them 6 months ago?
totally fine with.
What is it?
Evil.
Look, he attracted a lot of people. And some of the people that
Detestable.
he attracted, like, that
Say that the only thing
Cruddy, crummy.
about
All of
those
these
three
negative
individuals in
words.
particular is that they're anti-Semitic.
Repulsive.
What does it say about the president that he was totally fine with them 6
Hateable.
months ago?
totally fine.
Andrew Schultz is an anti-Semite. I don't think Eric Erickson is an anti-Semite.
No.
I think there's a lot of people around the country whose names we don't know who were
We're
very
talking about
supportive.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
No, but you're saying, what do other people, what do all of them have in common?
Even if you say that the only thing that is important about those three individuals in particular is that they're anti-Semitic, what does it say about the president that he was totally fine with them 6 months ago?
totally fine with.
What does it
Look,
say?
look, he attracted a lot of people. And some of the people that he attracted, like, that have those views, I completely and totally disagree
Why do you
with.
think he
And
attracted
he
those
has been quite clear about his
The-
views on these issues.
The people with true
And he has led the
anti-Semitism, Nick Fuentes, Jake Shields, Nick Fuentes, Blazarian, different people. Yeah, they they are uh, disgraceful people. They should be. Yeah. These people. You don't have to. These people should be ostracized, bro. Um, this isn't me saying they should be canceled or deplatformed. If they don't foment violence or threaten people, they should be able to keep their social media pages. Yes. But ostracism, as in disassociation, you don't have to be friends with these people, bro. They're hateful, bro. They hate all Jews. They think Jews control everything, bro. They think Jews are to blame for every social malady. They think the Jews are to blame for every social malady. It is crazy. It is crazy that they think it is really crazy that they think the Jews are to blame for every social malady. It is really crazy that they think the Jews are to blame for every social malady. They suck. But the people who get falsely accused of anti-Semitism when they are just giving fair criticisms of Netanyahu and Israel, as in the government, those people shouldn't be ostracized or vilified or deprecated or demeaned or derided. They should be lauded. They should be extolled. They should be praised. But the puppets, the bozos, they see these people as evil because they don't simp for a genocidal state. They don't simp for a Cretan who should be in The Hague, who committed real war crimes, bro. They see the fair people as evil because they don't simp for a freaking genocidal state. Yo, warped mentalities, bro. The people who are Israel first, they have warped mentalities, bro. They really do have warped mentalities. They have to quit this BS, bro. They have to quit. It is inimical to the movement. It is inimical to the growth of the Republican Party, of MAGA, of the right, of the RDub. Quit the despotism, the tyranny, the woke-ish. Quit the false labeling. It is cringy. It is whack. It is all the way inexcusable. It is trash. It is all the way garbage. Quit. You make every MAGA person look crazy, bro. You make all MAGA people look terrible, bro. Odious, nasty, evil, depraved. Quit the sucky-ish. Quit the monkey-ish. Quit the bozo-ish. It is messing-ish up, bro. It is messing-ish up for everybody, bro. So quit.
What is it?
Look, he attracted a lot of people. And some of the people that he attracted, like, that have those views, I completely and totally disagree with. And he has been quite clear about his views on these issues. And he has led the party away from those views. And that's frankly one of the reasons they're not in it anymore.
Spoke on the phone with Tucker Carlson about 6 weeks ago.
What did he say? What did he say about it last week?
But why? I mean, look, you're arguing to me that they are repulsive people who are anti-Semitic. The president of the United States is on the phone with them.
He disavowed them last week.
But let's go back to what David said, because I think it's a.
They should have cornered him. Scott says today, Trump attracted all these different kinds of people. Why do you think he attracted people like Tucker Carlson, Klandace Owens, Marjorie Taylor Greene?
DJT, yeah. DJT, he disavowed Megan, Alex, Candace, and Tuck because they didn't simp for this dude. DJT wants full simpery, bro. If you don't fully simp for this dude, he sees you as the enemy. It is crazy. He sees you as the op. He sees you as the op. He sees you as the freaking op. He sees you as the freaking op. It is sad, bro. All the way.
They should have cornered him. As Scott says today, Trump attracted all these different kinds of people. Why do you think
The president of the United States is on the phone with them and not.
He disavowed them last week.
But let's go back to what David said, because I think it's a.
they should have cornered him? As Scott says today, Trump attracted all these different kinds of people. Why do you think he attracted people like Tucker Carlson, Klandace Owens, Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Yeah. Who did you hear the label Klandace from? Who did you take this label from? Who did you steal this from? Who did you steal this label from? Was it Hassan Piker? Hassanabi? Was it him? He was the first. Hassan was the first person I heard say Klandace. Yeah. I did not hear any other. I did not hear other people say Klandace before Hassan. I heard Hassan say Klandace. I did not hear other people say Klandace before I heard Hassan say it. So this does to be clear, this doesn't mean he was the first. He invented the term, the name Klandace, or created the name Klandace. This doesn't mean he was the creator of this name. This doesn't mean this at all. But he is. Nobody. I did not hear other people say it. I did not hear other people say Klandace until later points. Yeah, Hassan. He was the first YouTuber I heard say Klandace. No BS. Yeah. He ended up he said Klandace at a later point, most likely. But I could be wrong. Let me know. I could be wrong. Let me know. But I think you took the label from Hassan. Hassan used the name first, then you used the name Klandace later. I think Hassan used it way before couch politics used the name Klandace. I really do think Hassan used the name Klandace way before couch politics used the name Klandace. I really do think Hassan used the name Klandace way before couch politics used the name Klandace. But I really could be wrong. Let me know. But I think you stole the name from Hassan. If you stole the name from Hassan, give this man his credit. Cite your sources. Give this man his credit. Don't engage in plagiarism, my guy. Plagiarism is cooked. It is goofy. It is whack. It is terrible. Give him his credit. If you stole the name, give him his credit, yo. He deserves the credits, even though Hassan is a bozo to me in my eyes. Yeah, Hassan, he did so much bozo-ish. He said so much bozo-ish. He said a lot of bozo-ish. He said so much bozo-ish. He said a lot of bozo-ish. Yeah. Yeah, he fomented physical violence against conservatives. Yeah, this is just one thing, bro. We won't get into go further, bro. But yeah, Hassan, yeah, this is one reason why he's a bozo, bro. But he should be given his credit though. See, politics give him his credit. You have to, bro. Yeah. Integrity, bro. Integrity is important. You profess to be for integrity. Practice what you preach. Practice what you preach. Give him his credit, yo. He deserves the credit. He really does.
They should have cornered him. Scott says that Trump attracted all these different kinds of people. Why do you think he attracted the people like Tucker Carlson, Klandace Holmes, Marjorie Taylor Greene? What do you think?
Yeah, Klandace it is crazy to call her Klandace, bro. It is an unfair label. Candace is a lot of negative things, negative labels, but Klandace is really unfair, bro. She never fomented violence against black. She never said all blacks deserve to be harmed or jailed or done dirty. She never said all blacks are evil, are terrible, are dysfunctional. She never said all blacks are dumb, stupid, trash, villainous, criminal, savage, scummy. She never said these things, bro. She also exposed the hypocrisy and fraudulence of the BLM org. She also exposed the fraudulence and the hypocrisy of the BLM org. Yes. BLM, bro. They claimed that the donations were going to be spent on the black communities in need. They claimed that the donations were going to be spent on the black communities' elevation and improvement, but they contradicted. They self-enriched. They enriched themselves. They received almost 91 million in 1 year during the multiple years back. The funds were misappropriated. They bought mansions in Caucasian neighborhoods in LA, bro. They didn't buy these mansions in black neighborhoods. They bought the mansions in Caucasian neighborhoods in LA. These are the people who professed to be against white racism and white supremacy. They bought mansions in Caucasian neighborhoods in LA, bro. It doesn't make sense, bro. In what way can you be against white supremacy? In what way can you be against white supremacy and have mansions in Caucasian neighborhoods? In what way can you be against white supremacy and have mansions in Caucasian neighborhoods? It is crazy. It is incompatible. It is incongruous. It is contradictory, bro. These people, they're fake. The Patrice Colors, the Patrices, they're fake. They're fake pro-black. They're fake anti-racism. They didn't even help. Not much. of the money went to the black communities they claimed to have so much care for, to care so much for. Not much of the money of the 91 million, or a little bit over 188 million altogether. Not much of this was spent on the black communities they claimed to have so much care for, bro. The donations were misappropriated. They were supposed to help victims, to help the families of they were supposed to help the families of the people who got shot, who got killed by the popos, the people who were seen as victims, meant to say, because not everybody was a real victim. We want to get into all of that here, but yeah, people who were seen as victims. BLM claimed to they said to the donors that the money will be spent. Some of the money will be spent on the helping of the families of the people who were killed by the cops, bro. But they contradicted. They really contradicted. They enriched themselves. They bought mansions in Caucasian neighborhoods. They bought mansions in Caucasian neighborhoods. They bought mansions in Caucasian neighborhoods. Crazy. Weak. Goofy. Yeah, they can't be trusted. They can't be taken seriously, bro. Yeah. Terrible. Klandace, she did great work, bro. She has to be saluted. She has to be lauded, not vilified for exposing the BS, bro. The fakery, the cricketness of this org, the hypocrisy. She should be lauded for it. She should be praised for exposing the BS of this org. But he wants to vilify her because she's not a dumb shield, crazy, or a black puppet, meant to say a black idolater. Because she's not a race worshiper, she is anti-black in his eyes. This savior dude, he is the embodiment of saviorism, bro. He's not a white savior. He's no white savior. He's Latino, but he's still a savior, just a different form. He's a Latino savior. Crazy. One of the worst types to be. One of the worst types of people to be a savior.
Back to people like Tucker Carlson, Klandace Owens, Marjorie Taylor Greene. What do you think? Was it about Trump that he attracted those kinds of people? Punk ass.
Important. I mean, is there a way to work with a Marjorie Taylor Greene, or I mean, Klandace Owens? Klandace Owens, really? Is that really what Democrats are going to be doing?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, Klandace Owens, Tucker Carlson, and others are responsible for creating the personality that we are dealing with in the White House today and all of the issues that come along. I believe the best indicator of future performance is to look at past performance.
That's true.
Marjorie Taylor Greene hasn't had any great Jesus moment. We've been talking a lot about him. Let me bring him to the table.
We will see.
She hasn't had some great Jesus
She has to keep proving herself to be genuine, for sure.
Be getting today
She shouldn't
if she
be
had not turned so
trusted right away.
against the president.
Not
I'm
telling
not a believer.
Democrats
Now,
to
for
trust
Ilhan
her right away,
Omar,
or to fully
or
trust
Ilhan-
her
Ilhan-
right away too
Ilhan
soon.
Omar, thank you. I believe she had.
There's still more
Marjorie Taylor Greene hasn't had any
stuff to
great,
be done.
Jesus moment. We've been talking a lot about him. Let me bring him to the table. She hasn't had some great Jesus moment. This is all about her. What attention would Marjorie Taylor Greene be getting today if she had not turned so fully against the president? I'm not a believer.
She
Now,
seems
for
genuine though.
Omar,
She seems
Omar,
it, but don't
Ilhan,
you don't have to fully trust
I
her
believe
yet
she has the best intentions,
if you don't wish to.
but I'm not ready to turn my back and invite Marjorie Taylor Greene to any table.
But there should be empathy though,
fully
and
against the
logic.
president. I'm
Don't
not a
be
believer. Now, for Ilhan Omar,
don't be so stubborn.
thank you.
Omar is
I
making
believe she has the
sense.
best intentions,
Buttigieg is
but
making
I'm not ready
sense.
to turn my back and
They're not saying fully trust, be blind, be be credulous, be gullible, but you have to, you can't be super stubborn. So there has to be a balance. There must be a balance in this.
fully against the president. I'm not a believer. Now, for Ilhan Omar, or Omar Ilhan Omar, thank you. I believe she has the best intentions, but I'm not ready to turn my back and invite Marjorie Taylor Greene to any table that I see.
Let's remember.
It's the issue.
I'm with Val.
This is the
100%.
issue.
They've gone so far. I don't trust
Too
them.
stubborn.
And I love
Too
what she said.
stubborn.
Fully.